Hey guys, right here I have a 2015 Fiat 500X 1.4 MultiAir Cross Plus. And today I'm going to make a startup and full vehicle tour video of it, show you the features inside and out. So here is the key fob. Let's go ahead and start it up first. You do have welcome lights as you unlock the car. And the 500X Cross Plus does come standard with Fiat's version of a smart keyless entry and start system. So, just have the key fob on yourself. The car is currently unlocked. Press this silver button to lock the car. And to unlock the car, just tap the area behind the front door handles. This 500X does get a 6-speed manual transmission, and to start, make sure the key fob is inside the car. Put your foot on the clutch and press the start button to the right of the steering wheel. The 500X does feature Fiat's dual-drive electric rack and pinion power steering system. Standard on the Cross Plus trim is a leather-wrapped steering wheel with sport grips at the 10 and 2 o'clock positions and a flat bottom design. The 1.4 MultiAir engine in the 500X can be paired to a number of different transmissions. The 138 horsepower front-wheel drive version of this engine can be paired to either a 6-speed manual that this car has or a 6-speed dry dual-clutch transmission dubbed DDCT. Meanwhile, the 168 horsepower all-wheel drive version of this engine is paired only to a 9-speed automatic. To engage reverse for the manual transmission, pull the catch just below the gear knob and push the gear lever all the way to the left and up. Upon engaging reverse, the standard rear parking sensors on the Cross Plus trim activates along with a parking sensors display located within the multi-information display in the instrument cluster. The base of the gear lever is covered in leather as well. All 500X trims in the UK bar the base pop trim is available with the drive mode selector knob located down the center console. There are 3 modes or moods to choose from. Auto and Sport is common between all trims, with the Popstar and the Lounge getting all-weather as the third option, while Traction is the third option on the Cross and the Cross Plus. Auto is the default mode and is tuned for everyday driving and fuel efficiency. The mood selector display in the multi-information display shows fuel consumption data, as well as the engine, Traction Plus and steering settings. Sport provides drivers with a more engaging drive, and the mood selector display displays a G-force meter and a turbo boost gauge along with the settings. Traction calibrates the car to be more aware during low-speed traction on slippery and off-road surfaces. In terms of safety, the 500X Cross Plus gets 6 airbags, anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution and brake assist, electronic stability control, anti-skid regulation, hill holder, electronic rollover mitigation, drive steering torque, tire pressure monitoring system, dead locking, and ISOFIX child seat anchor points for the rear seats. Now, let's turn on the hazards, lights, front and rear fog lights, take a look at the engine, and roll down the driver's side window. Standard on the 500X Cross Plus are a set of 18-inch diamond-finished matte grey two-tone multi-spoke alloy rims. The rims on this car are wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 3 225/45 R18 tyres. The brakes are ventilated discs in front and solid discs out back. The suspension receives McPherson struts front and rear. The Fiat 500X alongside the closely related Jeep Renegade are two B-segment crossovers from Fiat Chrysler automobiles. The 500X is the newest member of the 500 family, which also counts the 500 hatchback, the 500C convertible, and the 500L multi-purpose vehicles as members. While the Renegade has boxy styling reminiscent of other Jeeps, the 500X is curvier to mimic the looks of its siblings. As expected, both the 500X and the Renegade are built on the same small US-wide 4x4 platform. The 500X made its debut last year at the 2014 Paris Motor Show, and it is built at the SETA plant in Melfi, Italy. Under the bonnet of this 500X is Fiat's 1.4 litre MultiAir II engine. Displacing 1,368 cubic centimeters and featuring a single overhead cam, 16 valves, turbocharged inline-4 layout with multi-point fuel injection and variable valve timing, this engine produces 138 horsepower at 5,000 RPM and 230 Nm of torque at 1,750 RPM. With the 6-speed manual and front-wheel drive, 0 to 62 miles per hour or 0 to 100 km per hour takes 9.8 seconds, and the top speed is 118 miles per hour or 190 km per hour. Combined fuel consumption for the 500X 1.4 MultiAir II 140 front-wheel drive manual on a 48-litre fuel tank is 47.1 miles per gallon or 6 litres per 100 kilometers. 139 grams of carbon dioxide is emitted per kilometer, and this 500X is front-wheel drive. The 500X went on sale in the UK in spring 2015. At launch, there was the special opening edition model, which features extra kit over the standard trims. The opening edition is a limited 500 unit run, of which 325 units are based on the city look with the 1.4-litre turbo petrol engine, 6-speed manual and front-wheel drive, while the remaining 175 units are based on the off-road look with the 2-litre diesel engine, 9-speed automatic and all-wheel drive. Apart from the special launch edition, the 500X is available in the UK with two distinct designs, dubbed the City Look and the Off-Road Look. The former carries a more conventional design, while the latter gets a rugged design. For the City Look, the trim levels are Pop, Popstar and Lounge, while the Off-Road Look gets Cross and Cross Plus trims. A number of engines and transmissions are available, and depending on the engine, manual, automatic or DDCT transmissions, as well as front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive can be chosen. A full list of current 500X variants available in the UK is listed out in the description box below this video. Exterior features of the 500X Cross Plus includes manual leveling by xenon projector headlights, halogen daytime running lights, cornering lights, front and rear fog lights, rear parking sensors, rear spoiler, indicators on the side mirrors, satin chrome finish for the door handles, front molding and rear hatch trim, body colored side mirrors, chrome plated exhaust pipe, and specific off-road bumpers with protective shields. You do have your speaker down there together with a bottle holder and a bit of storage. right here you do have your mirror controls, window controls. The front two windows are fully automatic in both directions, while the rear two windows are automatic down only. You do have your window lock and central locking buttons right here as well. To the left of the headlight switch, this lever allows you to adjust the level of the headlight, while this lever allows you to adjust the brightness of the interior at night. The driver's seat in this 500X Cross Plus does get full manual adjustments. This lever controls your seat back, this lever controls your seat height, and this bar down here controls your seat position. You do have the 500 badging on the front seat backs as well. Alright. So let's go ahead and see how she revs. The 500X Cross Plus does come standard with a dual zone automatic climate control system with all of your controls located down here. It is quite simple to use. You do have your fan speed in the middle, different modes, off button, driver side temperature with your automatic and sync button, passenger side temperature with your air conditioning and recirculation button, front defrost, and your rear defrost is located right here. Now sync means if you have it turned on, the driver side will control the temperature for both sides, but if you turn it off, each side will have their individual temperature controls. You do have your auxiliary and USB ports right down here, and right down here you do have a bit of storage as well as a power outlet. To the left of the hazard light switch, you do have your passenger airbag indicator, and to the right you have the button to turn on or off your automatic start-stop system. If you do have the system activated, the engine will momentarily shut off when you arrive at a stop, such as a traffic light or a traffic jam, to save that extra bit of petrol or diesel depending on what the car is running on. The 500X Cross Plus does come standard with the Uconnect Radio Nav live head unit that features a 5-inch color touch screen display, various media connectivity options, TomTom navigation, and 6 speakers for the sound system. I must say, for a stock sound system, the speakers in the 500X do sound quite decent. We are currently in your main Bluetooth audio streaming menu with your current song playing information. You do have the artist, title, song duration, go back a song, go forward a song, hit this button right here to bring up your list of media sources. You do have USB, auxiliary and Bluetooth. You do have your play pause button right here, and hit the info button to bring up your song information. You do have more information right here. Again, artist, title, album, and track number. Hit this button to bring up more options. You do have shuffle, repeat, devices, and your audio settings with your equalizer, balance and fader, your volume and speed, loudness, and your turning on the radio automatically as you start up the car. Right down here, if you hit radio, you can go to your FM AM menus, and under those menus you can look at your list of available radio stations in the area, tune to your desired radio stations, so on and so forth. Hitting media goes to your different media options. Hitting nav goes to your navigation menu, and the navigation in this car is provided by TomTom. Hit the navigate to button to navigate to your desired location. You can go home, go to a favorite address, type in an address, your location, points of interest, recent destinations, point on the map. You can enter your coordinates as well as position of the last stop. You can plan the route just by hitting that button down there. Services, settings. Under settings, you do have your various navigation settings such as your day-night mode, favorites, home location, voice settings, and all that. You can even change the car symbol, status bar, your map views, and whatnot. You do have your help button right down here as well. You can view the map. And hit done to bring up your maps again. Right in this menu, hit that button to bring up your zoom buttons. Hit that button to add a speed camera. And if you do have your navigation active, these menus down here will tell you your estimated time of arrival, distance to destination, and all that. If you hit phone, it goes to your Bluetooth telephone menu, where you can mute the call, transfer the call, redial, end the call, look at your phone book, look at your recent calls, bring up the keypad to dial a number, read your mail, and bring up your Bluetooth settings. Hit the apps button to bring up a list of apps. You do have your outside temperature, your clock, your trip computer with your range and current fuel consumption, your trip A information with your average fuel consumption, average speed, distance traveled, and elapsed time, and the same set of data but for trip B. You do have your compass right here as well, and your Uconnect Live information with your acceleration, deceleration, speed and shifting information. Hit that button down there to bring up your settings. And that's about it. Right up here, hit this button to turn off the display. You do have your mute button, volume and power knob. You do have your tuning button right here. It allows you to tune to your desired radio stations while in your FM AM menus and all that. Hit this button to bring up your settings. You do have your display settings units, voice commands, date and time, safety assistance, lights, locks and all that. You can even restore to factory settings or clear personal data right here. And that's about it for the system. Front quarter windows, central locking, on the steering wheel, the right spoke houses your cruise control and speed limiter controls. Behind the right spoke, you do have your volume controls. There is a button right in the middle of the volume controls that allows you to mute the system. On the left spoke, you do have your on-hook, off-hook buttons for the Bluetooth telephone system, your voice control, and the controls for your multi-information display located within the instrument cluster. You do have your up, down, left, right, and OK buttons. Up and down goes through the different main menus, left and right goes through the different sub-menus, and OK selects that particular option. Right now, you do have your driving data with your digital speedometer, instant information with your range and current fuel consumption, Trip A with your distance traveled and elapsed time, Trip A for your average fuel consumption and average speed, and the same set of data but for Trip B instead. Next up, you do have your vehicle information, more vehicle information with your tire pressure monitoring system, oil temperature, battery charge, and your service indicator. Your audio information, navigation information, vehicle messages, and your vehicle setup. With your safety assistance, display, security, and that's about it for the system. Right above, you do have your digital speedometer, and down below you do have your mileage. To the left of the display, you do have your fuel gauge, and to the right you do have your engine temperature. On the back of the left spoke, you do have your seat track buttons, and the button in the middle actually allows you to change between your different media sources. On the right stalk, you do have your wiper controls, and on the left stalk, you do have your indicator controls. The steering wheel in this car is tilt and telescopic. You use this lever right here to adjust it. Right here you do have the vehicle's electronic parking brake. It is currently engaged. To disengage it, put your foot on the brake and push the lever down. To engage it, simply pull the lever back up. You do have a couple of cup holders right next to the electronic parking brake. And right behind it, you do have your Central armrest for the front. It is adjustable, with some storage down below. Manual dimming, rear view mirror, and right above you do have your interior lights. .500 badging right up there as well. And the sun visor for the driver's side does get a vanity mirror and a light. Alright, so I guess that's it for the startup. We can turn it off right now. And continue with the rest of the tour. You do have your speaker right there, and right down there you do also have a storage area and your bottle holder. Your window control is right here. The rear seats in this 500X Cross Plus do fold down. They split 60-40 when folding, and to fold them down, first make sure the headrests are all the way down. Then locate the levers on either sides of the headrests, pull it, and then flip the seat back down. You can move the seat belt out of the way if you do not want the seat belt obstructing you. I did set the driver's seat to a position that I would feel comfortable in. I'm about 5'7", which is about 1.7 meters tall. There is actually quite a bit of room to stretch out my feet underneath the driver's seat. I do get about this much legroom and about this much headroom. It is actually not that bad back here. The seats are nice and soft. You do get storage pockets on the front seat backs, grip handles on the ceiling, with hooks for both sides at the back. Your rear interior lights right above. Does have a capless fuel filling system. To open up the rear hatch, go towards the rear hatch itself and locate a touchpad right beneath the 500X badge. Boot space in the 500X with the rear seat backs in place is 350 litres, and this figure rises to 1000 litres if the rear seat backs are folded and the cargo cover removed. To the left of the boot is a light that illuminates the area, and underneath the boot floor is the vehicle's spare tyre. The rear doors open quite wide and an almost 90-degree angle, which does aid entry and exit into the rear seats. Also, the 500X Cross Plus is equipped with privacy glass for the rear windows and the rear windscreen. You do get adjustable headrests front and rear. You do get your central locking buttons right here together with your window control, and right down there you do have your speaker, bottle holder and a bit of storage. The front passenger seat in this 500X Cross Plus does get full manual adjustments as well. It just loses out on the height adjustment as found on the driver's side. .500 badging on the front passenger side, and there is actually two glove boxes in this car, a smaller one right above and a bigger one down below. Grip handle for the front passenger, and the front passenger's sun visor does get a vanity mirror and a light as well. Alright, so let's start it up with the door closed. Alright, so that's it for the startup and full vehicle tour video of this 2015 Fiat 500X 1.4 MultiAir Cross Plus. Thanks for watching and goodbye.